They say the human body rarely stops without warning. There are almost always signs subtle, gradual, and easily mistaken for normal aging. But these signs, if spotted early, can help you protect your elderly loved ones before it's too late. In this video, you're going to learn the 7 critical red flags that nearly every senior shows before a major health decline or death. These aren't myths. They're medically observed, clinically significant, and often tragically ignored. Stick around, because by the end, you'll not only recognize these symptoms, you'll know exactly what to do about them. Let's start with one of the most overlooked early symptoms, cognitive decline. This goes beyond just forgetting a name or misplacing keys. We're talking about frequent confusion with time, forgetting familiar routes, and difficulty completing tasks they've done their whole lives. For example, if your elderly parent struggles to make a simple cup of tea or can't remember how to use the TV remote they've used for years, that's a warning sign. When brain cells begin to deteriorate due to conditions like Alzheimer's or vascular dementia, it affects memory, decision-making, and the ability to function independently. This decline can be slow, but if you notice repeated mental lapses, especially paired with disorientation, it's time to act. Next is mobility change. Most people think balance issues and slower walking are just signs of old age, but frequent stumbling, dragging feet, and sudden fear of walking are huge red flags. These are signs of weakening coordination and possibly neurological or muscular disorders. In some cases, it's linked to early Parkinson's disease or a slow decline in spinal function. Seniors may begin to avoid stairs, hesitate to walk alone, or require support when getting out of a chair. Loss of balance is a major cause of falls, which are one of the leading causes of injury-related death among older adults. Third, let's talk about unexplained weight loss or a sharp drop in appetite. If a senior begins skipping meals, eats only a few bites, or claims they're not hungry despite food being readily available, this is not something to brush off. Malnutrition is common among the elderly, and it often stems from either depression, cognitive decline, or developing medical conditions like cancer or gastrointestinal diseases. Watch their plate. Is food left untouched? Is their clothing suddenly loose? Significant weight loss over a short period should never be ignored. Fourth, social withdrawal. Seniors who suddenly stop attending family gatherings, answering phone calls, or participating in hobbies may be showing more than just mood swings. Isolation is often linked with major depression, but it can also be a coping mechanism for people who know something is wrong and don't know how to explain it. They may feel embarrassed, afraid, or simply too exhausted to interact. Loneliness increases the risk of mortality in seniors. If they're avoiding everyone, take it seriously. Now, let's address hygiene neglect. If your once proud mother suddenly stops bathing regularly or your father wears the same clothes for days, it could indicate mental or physical struggles. It might be due to memory loss, physical pain, or depression. Many seniors won't admit this decline. You'll notice signs like unbrushed hair, unpleasant body odor, or an unchanged toothbrush. Their bathroom might look untouched. Poor hygiene is never just about lazy. Something deeper is always at play. Sixth on the list is disrupted sleep pattern. While seniors do experience changes in sleep as they age, extreme cases like waking up confused in the middle of the night, sleeping all day, or experiencing insomnia without clear cause for concern. Erratic sleep can be a symptom of sundowning, a symptom of dementia, underlying depression, or a failing circadian rhythm caused by neurological issues. A disrupted sleep-wake cycle is often one of the last signs before rapid health decline. And finally, we must talk about emotional instability. If your elderly loved one seems unusually agitated, suspicious, overly fearful, or experiences dramatic mood swings without any clear reason, these aren't just personality quirks. Sudden emotional changes often stem from chemical imbalances in the brain, medication side effects, or worsening dementia. In some cases, it's due to physical pain they can't communicate. In others, it's their subconscious reacting to an awareness that something is wrong. Either way, it's a flashing red light. Each of these 7 warning signs: cognitive decline, mobility loss, appetite change, social withdrawal, hygiene neglect, sleep disruption, and emotional instability develop slowly or overlap with one another. The critical mistake most families make is dismissing one sign and waiting for more to appear before taking action. But one sign is enough to begin the conversation and seek a professional evaluation. As a medical professional, I urge you, don't wait for the crisis. Pay close attention. Observe their routine closely. Ask questions about how they feel physically, emotionally, and mentally. Don't rely on them to report problems. Many seniors either don't realize what's happening or are too proud or scared to say anything. Your early response can drastically improve quality of life, extend life expectancy, and prevent unnecessary suffering. And what should you do if you see one or more of these signs? Start by scheduling a comprehensive geriatric assessment. This will include physical exams, cognitive testing, and screenings for depression and neurological disorders. It's also a good idea to update their medication list and have a pharmacist or physician look for potential side effects or interactions. Make sure they're getting proper nutrition. Sometimes simple fixes like meal services or supplements make a massive difference. Consider a physical therapy referral if movement is affected, and never underestimate the power of human connection. Encourage regular visits, social programs, and familiar routine. Above all, remain calm and compassionate. Sudden confrontation or accusations only add stress. Use gentle, supportive language and let them know you're there to help, not control. The goal is to preserve their dignity while proactively protecting their health. If the 7 signs go unnoticed or unaddressed, the effects don't just stay the same, they intensify. In this second part, we'll examine what happens when these red flags are left unchecked, and what real research-backed steps can slow or even reverse the decline in many cases. By understanding the progression of each symptom and responding with specific actions, you'll be empowered to help your loved one age with dignity, safety, and health. Let's explore this in detail. When cognitive decline is ignored, it can move from mild forgetfulness into severe disorientation. Seniors might start wandering outside, misplace important items like medication or documents, or forget to turn off stoves, creating real safety hazards. Eventually, they may not recognize family members or remember their own name. This is not just a memory issue, it's a threat to independence and safety. The best course of action is to get a full neurological exam and cognitive assessment. Medications like Donepezil or Memantine, if prescribed early, can slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease. Non-drug therapies such as memory exercises, routine-based environments, and reducing background noise during conversations can significantly support cognitive stability. Mobility issues tend to lead to falls when they're ignored. These falls often result in broken hips, head injuries, or hospitalization. The fear of falling can also lead seniors to restrict their own movement, which causes muscles to weaken further. This decline in activity becomes a vicious cycle. The solution? Fall prevention strategies. That includes a home safety evaluation, grab bars in bathrooms, non-slip footwear, physical therapy for strength and balance training, and regular vision check. A mobility aid like a walker or cane should be introduced as a support, not a stigma. Unaddressed loss of appetite results in nutrient deficiencies. This contributes to weakened immunity, delayed wound healing, muscle loss, and even heart problems. Seniors with poor nutrition are more likely to develop pressure ulcers, have longer hospital stays, and higher mortality rates. If appetite decline is present, blood work should be done to check for vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Registered dietitians can recommend high-calorie shakes, appetite stimulants, or specialized diets based on digestive health. Make mealtime social loneliness during meals often discourages eating. Providing finger foods and nutrient-dense snacks throughout the day can also help maintain calorie intake. When social withdrawal is brushed off as personality change or introversion, depression may go undiagnosed. This kind of emotional isolation can be deadly. Depression in seniors is often expressed through physical symptoms like pain, fatigue, or irritability, not always sad. Left untreated, it increases the risk of suicide in older adults, especially men over 75. The response should be immediate. Involve a mental health professional. Medication may help, but so can structured routines, social engagement programs, pet therapy, and safe transportation to group activities. Even simple weekly check-ins with friends or caregivers have proven to reduce isolation-related decline. Neglected hygiene signals deeper decline and often leads to infections like urinary tract infections, gum disease, or skin infections. These in turn can cause confusion and delirium, especially in seniors. When hygiene habits break down, you must approach the subject delicately. Don't accuse the observer. Offer gentle help, such as simplifying routines, using electric toothbrushes, installing shower chairs, or hiring a caregiver for assistance. Make the bathroom safer and more inviting. Sometimes seniors are afraid of slipping in the tub, but won't say it outright. Creating a comfortable hygiene environment makes compliance easier. When sleep patterns go unmanaged, cognitive functions decline faster. Long-term sleep disruption affects immune function, blood pressure, and mental health. If insomnia or oversleeping becomes regular, consider a sleep study. This could reveal sleep apnea or other sleep disorders. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBT1, is highly effective. Avoid relying on sleeping pills long-term, as they can worsen memory and increase fall risk. Create a nighttime routine that includes winding down without screens, dim lighting, and consistent sleep-wake times. Daylight exposure during mornings also helps reset the internal clock. Finally, if emotional instability is ignored, seniors may begin to lash out, grow paranoid, or completely disengage. These are not just behavior issues, they often result from treatable chemical changes or neurological shifts. Review all medications. Some drugs have side effects like anxiety, confusion, or aggression. Blood tests can detect hormone imbalances. Therapy, both talk therapy and music therapy, has helped many seniors process grief, fear, or trauma. A predictable environment with minimal noise and clutter also helps reduce emotional stress. Every symptom left untreated becomes harder to reverse, but early intervention creates a powerful window of opportunity. Families must act as both caregivers and advocates. You don't have to wait for a diagnosis to start helping. Monitor patterns. Track symptoms in a journal. Involve a geriatrician, a physician specializing in aging. They can coordinate care across different specialties and catch what general practitioners may miss. Technology can assist too. Medication dispensers with alerts, home monitoring sensors, GPS trackers for those prone to wandering, and video chats for social interaction. These are all tools that extend independence without intruding on dignity. Modern elder care is as much about using smart solutions as it is about compassion. And just as important, support the caregiver. Whether it's a spouse, child, or hired aid, caregivers often experience burnout. Exhaustion leads to mistakes, so spread the load. Use respite care, support groups, and community services. Healthy caregivers lead to better outcomes for seniors. When these 7 signs appear, they aren't isolated, they're interwoven threads in a larger picture of health decline. Recognizing them early and acting strategically can prevent suffering, extend lifespan, and improve quality of life. Don't ignore them. Take them as the roadmap to action.